life just a little bit on, in a nutshell, what this book is about. It is the story of, fundamentally, of two women who would ordinarily never have even crossed paths, much less become friends. We have Gemma, who is a silver-voiced opera singer whose career is in desperate need of a reboot, and when she comes to San Francisco. And we have Sule, who is a talented Chinatown embroideress who is desperately looking to escape an arranged marriage. And the two of them are destined to change each other's lives forever as they are thrown together before, during, and after the chaos and fires of the 1906 San Francisco earthquake.
One of the first questions people ask us is the Phoenix Crown. Why that title? What is a Phoenix Crown? So one of the bookstore staff has a box because we have a show and tell. No, sorry, not an actual Phoenix crown. The Phoenix crowns were elaborate headdresses worn by the empresses of China and the emperor's consorts. And the main decoration on them were ornaments made from kingfisher feathers. So, kingfishers have very vivid blue feathers. And these feathers would then be cut into delicate little shapes, glued onto backings of, brass or silver, and then mounted as ornaments on this huge headdress. And these were extremely expensive because the artistry required to make these ornaments was incredible. And kingfishers have very tiny little feathers, so you need to, it took a lot of work to get it together. So again, no, we do not have an entire headdress, but we did purchase on Etsy some kingfisher feather hair ornaments. So you will be able to see for yourselves what I'm talking about, because it can be very difficult to visualize, because these are not like fluffy feather things, okay?
And that did lead to some interesting discussions. We did feel we had to bring the vintage hair pieces along on our tour to justify the fact that of these discussions that had to be had in our homes when credit card statements came in, and spouses wanted to know why it was exactly that vintage Chinese kingfisher feather hair pieces counted as a legitimate business expense. It totally is.
Totally is. Here
we all are for show and tell.
And so along the way, we found that there's certain questions that everybody asks. So we're just going to get them out of the way and tell you what you want to know. And one of the first things people want to know is, how did you meet? Because you're writing a book together. So what made you decide it was okay?
And that really began in 2017 when Janie and I were both at the HNS, Historical Novel Society conference in Portland. And we both had a book out in the last month. And our publishers, noting that we were both there, along with what would become a mutual friend of ours, Jennifer Robson, who's the author of The Gown, somewhere in France. Yeah, I see nods. And they decided they'd throw the three of us together and we could do a little 3-city, 3-author historical fiction tour, since we all had books out. And we thought originally, this would be great, 3 authors, 3 cities, no chaperones, and drive around in the car, have fun. And we were going to mock up a poster and call it the hysterical fiction tour.
Yeah. Unfortunately, for some reason, our publicist thought that it sounded kind of unprofessional.
Yeah, you sure we want to send these 3 off without a chaperone? Really? Probably not. But
so, we were very professional, despite the fact that everything that could have gone wrong went wrong.
Everything. I mean,
flights were delayed,
luggage was lost,
flat tires on the
car accidents that delayed us to our events, AC going out on the hottest day of the year, everything that could possibly go wrong went wrong. And really, we could have, and maybe even should have, finished that tour clawing each other's eyes out. But we had not a crossword between us the entire time. We ended the tour such good friends, so much laughter was had, so many jokes, so many stories. Because really, if you honestly, writers are the best people to travel with when everything goes wrong. Because once things start happening, they're like, I can get something out of this. I can get a book out of this, a blog post,
it's
social media.
It's an opportunity for a story.
Yes, absolutely. So that was really the inspiration for a few years later when I thought, if Janie and I could get through the hysterical fiction tour and everything that happened then without hating each other, the odds that we could write a book together and still be friends by the end of it are honestly pretty decent.
Because much as our goal was to write a book that readers would enjoy, our other goal was to get to the end of it without torpedoing a really good friendship.
We are pleased to report that this has absolutely been the case.
Because we're on tour together, we're speaking to each other, and if we're not, we're putting up a really good one.
Yeah, well, we did think, we want to tour together as well, and like that's only going to be fun if you're speaking to your tour partner. Plus, it's a little more fun for you if we're not just sitting here going, "Yeah, Rob, great time. We had a fun time writing this." Any questions?